friends, it's been a while since I've done a really quick, really minimal makeup routine on here, and I feel like now might be the time of year that some of you could use this. Well, really any time is a good time to have like a fast makeup routine in your hip pocket, but these are just some ideas in this video, and I'm looking at the things in my makeup bag, and there are only 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 products, that's all. For a full face, I think that's pretty good. So I'm gonna start out with my Wet n Wild Bare Focus Tinted Hydrator. This I wear in the shade Light. I love this product. I feel like anytime I talk about a skin tint, it comes back to this, like the conversation leads back to this product, and I'm thinking, is it any better than this one? So I just love this stuff so much. I think it does a great job of being that light, kind of easily blendable, low maintenance product, but yet it does give you some coverage. So I'm just gonna blend that in with my e.l.f. Duo brush. And see how it's just making the skin look beautifully radiant, but yet also not sticky? We love that. I've already got my skincare on, by the way, and my SPF. This product does not contain SPF. But when you think about it, Wet n Wild's really doing an awesome job with their like base products like this. This is great. The Photo Focus foundations are great. I'm just making sure I've got that all blended in. My skin just always looks leveled up after I put this on. There's a radiance that comes from this. And like I said, the coverage is practically a medium coverage skin tint product. And just always really easy to blend. That's definitely why I grabbed this in. If I was rushing through things, I'd want something that I didn't have to be too careful with. Then I'm going to take my NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer. This is in the shade Vanilla. I feel like if you're going to pull in any kind of concealer, it's about the same amount of work no matter what you go for. And this I just know is going to wear like iron all day. I do have a spring sing, another spring sing to attend tonight, so I do want this to really look good and last. But we can do our usual technique of spread it out and then bop it in. So we spread with our smaller side. And see, this is providing a little bit of brightness too, because this shade is kind of up from my overall skin tone. And then this is what I mean by bop it in. Do. Just take your opposite end. Look how good it looks. And this is not a particularly super hydrating concealer, and I thought that on top of the Bare Focus, the two would kind of level out, you know, and they would look really good together. That's all blended in, and then I definitely want to set this. I'm going to use a pressed powder because it's just a little less fussy compared to, you know, dumping out the loose powder. Not that that's a huge deal, but just any way you can cut corners is good. So this is my Rimmel Stay Matte, and the shade is Creamy Natural. I'm going to use my Triangle Powder Puff as I set my under eye with this. This is going to do some extra perfecting on that zone, but it's also just really going to help my staying power all day. I'm going to press it into my T-zone too. Did I say this shade is Creamy Natural? I used to wear Sandstorm for a while. This is a little bit lighter and brighter than that. And if you want it all over the skin, you can definitely go into this with a brush also. I think I might do a little bit of that just because I am still feeling very juicy from the skin tint. There we go, just a light bit. This powder is great about pacing you because it's so firmly pressed. Still effective, but it's firm. Then we're gonna take a multitasking stick here. This is from Dibs. This is one of my favorites that I have. It's the 5.5 shade. We've got blush on one end, contour on the other. We're gonna begin with the contour side and just swipe this on. I like the texture of these sticks. I like the way they smell even, lightly sweet, but they're easy to blend, and it can just be very handy to have the two steps combined in one stick. So then we come in with our ultimate little cream step buffer, our Sephora 56 brush, and we're just gonna buff that into the hairline and around the cheekbones. And if there's anything left on my brush, I can kind of swipe it down around the jawline. Then we swipe on the blush. It's a really pretty shade. See that kind of soft berry look that it has? Still a 56, just my little smaller one that I reserve for blush. And blush is one of those steps, you know, you could say, well, oh, I'm doing a quick makeup look. I'm just going to grab a real, like, soft, natural blush. But the step takes the same amount of time pretty much no matter what. Why not make just a little more statement of it? If the look overall is going to come off a little bit lighter. Add some color where you can, like go for a blush that's going to be a bit stronger. Maybe go for a lip that's a little more bold. See, I think that's so pretty, and there's radiance coming through on the cheeks also. They're not sticky and tacky, but I don't feel the need to do anything else with my cheeks. Now on the eyes, I'm going to come straight in with a product that I feel can effectively fill and set the brows in one step. So this is my Brow Fast Sculpt, which I wear in medium brown from Maybelline. I've talked about this product a lot. I haven't used it real recently. It's a brush that's absolutely one of the most brilliant brow brushes in the game. One side is long bristles, one side is short bristles. The short bristles are going to carry more product. So like I'm applying the short bristles side right now and then switch to the longer ones. And it's perfect for kind of raking through, getting everything to kind of stand at attention. And this has some of the best hold of any brow gel you're going to try. So I'm a definite fan. Again, we're using our, I think I got the shorter side there. And then our longer side, great for those inner brow hairs. Oh gosh, I forgot to pull in an eye primer. I suppose that makes it a 9-step routine now, doesn't it? But I think that's a pretty good brow for just one thing swiping through. A little eyeshadow primer, we gotta do it. And we're doing an actual eyeshadow look. I was thinking, well, I could just sweep some cream bronzer all over the lids or something real quick, but you know, I want to have a finished looking eye in a short amount of time. So I pulled for a good old reliable eyeshadow duo. This is Day Into Date from Clinique. You've got your 2 shades here. They do have maybe just the teensiest bit of a satin finish on them, especially in the lighter shade there's a little bit of that, but we're just gonna create a super easy look with this. So I'm taking a crease brush, I'm going into this lighter shade, and we're just gonna set up the crease. We're not gonna have a lot of color from this shade, but we're gonna put it there, okay? It's just gonna help ease the blending process. Just a little bit, that shade right there. Then I'm gonna take the provided sponge tip and I'm gonna go into the dark shade. And I'm just gonna begin patting that on the outer part of my lid. And you're not really worrying about making it smooth. You're just patting it on just the way we would with a flat brush. Pat, pat, pat. You'll notice I'm hitting the crease. I'm not really trying to go too far above, but it's looking patchy right now, isn't it? That's because we haven't blended yet. Now we go back to the crease brush and I'm going to take that shade and just work it around, okay? Take that darkness, you're feeling your crease brush, go into your crease, pick up that dark shade and kind of soften it. And then we will be adding a little bit more. This is where your small brush comes in handy. We're going in with the deep shade, hitting the crease, and you make it just exactly how you want it to look. Do you want it to come up any higher? Do you want it to come in further? I'm just taking that deeper color and I'm working it around the way it works for me. Okay, that's good for me for an everyday look that gives me a little bit of lift. And you could pull this kind of a shade out of almost any palette. You know, it's kind of a basic brown type of deal. It's got maybe a little bit of a rosiness in its undertone, but I'm just blending over. I didn't pull in an additional brush. This is just the crease brush we started with. And I'm blending over that, softening it out, no big deal. And then we can come back in with our sponge tip. We're going into the lighter shade. That's going on the lid, and it's just ever so slightly overlapping the darkness. And what do you know? We've thrown together a quick, easy, but effective eye look. You know, we didn't just waste time doing something that turned out to be barely there and doesn't do hardly anything. We've actually created a lifted look. Next up, we're gonna go straight to mascara and curling the lashes. I chose a mascara in my collection that I thought had a really easy to control brush. So if I'm rushing a bit, I lessen my chances of creating a real mess out of a big bunglesome, messy brush. So this is the L'Oreal Panorama, and I'm just gonna pop this on my upper lashes only. So when you don't maybe have all the time to pull in extra products, do a big lower lash line, do a big lower lash. Just focus on giving your eye that lift by keeping shadow above the eye and keeping your mascara on the upper lashes only. See the shape of that brush? Cone-shaped brushes, very easy to manage. And we're just gonna go over our lashes and give 1 to 2 coats. What I say about that lift, you know, it's happening. 1 coat and I feel like that's done so much for the face. We're gonna go on with 1 extra coat if you have time for it. If you don't, that's fine. Okay guys, the eyes have lift, and now we're gonna do the best little one-step lip. It's gonna feel like balm. It's gonna have the color of lipstick, the shine of gloss, and it's one of these little Bare Minerals lip gloss balm things. I can't even remember the official name, but I love these. There are some great shades in this line. I pulled out the one called Devotion. Again, you're gonna do this step, so why not pull in something that's gonna give a little more color to the lips? Just because your routine is fast doesn't mean it has to be like world's most natural thing ever. Look at how that slides on the lips. Immediately juicy, immediately done. I've been using lip liner a lot lately, but I feel like that definition is so nice, actually. So there's our finished look, my friends. Quick and easy spring and summer makeup look, under 10 products. If you're not an eyeshadow person, you could skip the eyeshadow entirely. That would save you a couple minutes. But all in all, for me, I just like how this makes me feel finished and like I didn't sacrifice a whole lot, even though I really kept the products more minimal than my usual. So thanks for taking time to watch, everyone. I will see you all again very soon. I love you. Bye.